Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 mod Throwback. That's right, we are back with Throwback Thursdays in full swing. That's when we take a look at a mod from the past that is either really popular or maybe even a little bit underrated, and just shed some light on it again to get people excited about mods that maybe they missed some time ago. Now, before we begin with today's video, I actually want to make a quick announcement. Typically I do this at the end, but then nobody sees it. So, the way that Throwback Thursdays will be working from this point forward is they will be community driven. So, on each week's episode, drop a comment for a mod that you'd like me to cover. Again, pick one of your favorites from the past, and even if it's kinda recent, that's fine, just nothing brand new. Like I said, the whole point is shedding some light on old mods. I'll be picking from the comments of each week, so if you don't get it one time, just try again on the next week and we'll eventually get to it. So, that's the idea for Throwback Thursdays moving forward. I want you guys to be able to be a part of the creation process for the channel, and I think this is a good way to do it. So, without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So, for today, we are taking a look at one of my favorite power armor mods, and that is the T-51C Air Force Armor by Newer Mind 43. And that's really saying something because I don't typically like power armor using it, or really how it's implemented in Fallout 4. But all of that aside, the T-51C is amazing. I really love the aesthetic. I think it actually suits the power armor frames in Fallout 4 very well. I love the sleek lines. Despite being a big, bulky armor, it still feels somewhat aerodynamic. Not that that necessarily matters for power armor, but there's just something about it that I really like. There's a good bit of customization along with all of your regular attachments that you'd have in the base game. There's also some really cool camo options, which is always appreciated by me, especially given that it is a military power armor. Having the different camouflages for different environments is really cool, and it works with whatever grass mods you're using, or even winter mods. This armor I don't believe is added to the leveled list. Instead, there is a standalone version of the armor that you can actually obtain by going to the National Guard training yard. Once there, from the front entrance, you're just going to head left to the back of the lot, and on the left side, somewhere around the crashed vertibird, there's actually a little open bunker with open windows and a door that is not locked. Head inside of there, and there will be a power armor frame with the T-51C armor, as well as its helmet and even a little note that explains how it got there. Now that you have the armor itself, let's go ahead and head in-game and check out all of the cool bells and whistles that are available within this mod. So, here we are in-game with the T-51C Air Force Power Armor. And as you can see, this thing looks amazing. Really love the radiation symbols on the pauldrons there. Has T-51C marked right on it. And lots of really cool touches with this power armor that just makes it suit the frame so nicely. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the stats really quick. With everything on, we actually have a total damage resistance of 1,120, and that's just the power armor. I have no armor on underneath this. We also have an energy resistance of 870, and a radiation resistance of 1,050. That is quite a bit of good stats. In fact, these are supposed to mirror the T-51B in the base game, as this is a subset of that armor. And I am only just now realizing that this is a mix of Mark III, Mark VI, and Mark I variants, so oops. Let's go ahead and fix that really quick. There, I've gone ahead and reset everything back to what it's actually supposed to look like default. Turns out when you pick this thing up in the world, it might actually have some leveled pieces depending on your level, so there you go. Now that we've got everything back to its base level, our total damage resistance is 800, energy of 550, and radiation of still 1050. So, that's the base stats, without any modifications. However, there are a good bit of modifications to be had for this armor, so let's take it over to the nearest bench and see what exactly we can do with this thing. So it goes without saying that this armor includes all of the normal upgrades that can be found on traditional power armor. For example, you can change it from Model A through F, which are going to increase its base damage resistances, as well as add some weight to it. We also have the option for material mods. Here's where we can add new camouflages. Let's actually select the chest piece because I think that's going to show those off the best. So when we grab materials, we have the no material, which is the standard green. We have forest camo, which is a darker green camouflage. Urban camo is a dark gray and black. Winterized camo is a nice white, light gray, and dark gray. Woodland camo is white, brown, and possibly a darker brown in there. And then we have the other platings, like titanium plating, explosive shielding, lead plating, and prism shielding, all of which do not change it visually, but do provide different stats. Also, with those camouflages mentioned earlier, they have no material cost. However, they will give you a bonus to a special stat if you have every single piece equipped with the same camouflage. Forest camo will give you strength, urban camo will give you charisma, winter camo will give you energy resistance, and woodland camo will give you perception. And then finally, you have the miscellaneous mods, which will be things like your blood cleanser, motion assist servos, kinetic dynamo. These will all be different depending on which piece you have, just like vanilla power armor. Whether or not it's an arm or chest piece, leg, or helmet, they will be different based on that, but nothing too special besides the normal stuff from vanilla Fallout 4. And then at the bottom here, just ignore the lining. That's because of me using AWKCR. It's a little buggy with things that'll let you swap out for different power armor types. That's not part of the traditional mod. So if you want to max out this thing's damage resistance potential, you're going to go ahead and put this thing to Mark 6 for all pieces, which is going to be that Model F variant. There are no other modifications that will directly affect the base damage resistance. However, there are some that will affect the energy resistance, but in terms of base damage, you're just going to put it to the Mark 6 for each variant, and that's going to get you up to a total damage resistance of 1,400, which is quite a bit. Now, I love doing our damage test on our weapon mod reviews, so I figured it would be fun to try and test the resistance of this power armor. So what I've gone ahead and done is thrown Piper in here with the AI turned off so she doesn't get too upset, and we're going to see how well this thing holds up. With the Mark 6 variant of the armor so that it has the best possible damage resistance, we're going to unload on this thing and see how long it takes for parts to start popping off. I suppose let's go ahead and start. So you can see that chest piece is very sturdy. That thing is still on there even after her health dropped to 0. The arms go pretty quick. Let's see if we can get that chest piece off. There we go. Finally broke, and it took a lot. This is going to protect you pretty well if you can invest all of your components into getting the maximum resistance out of this thing. So there we have it. That is the T-51C Air Force Power Armor, available for both PC as well as Xbox. As much as I don't use power armor, if I do, this is definitely a go-to. I really love this mod. I actually like that it's a one-of-a-kind armor variant, and it's just really, really cool. It really gives you a reason to go to the National Guard Armory. And it's just a beautiful armor set, period. So, really cool one. If you want to try it, the links will be down in the description below as always. And don't forget to drop a comment if you have a mod that you'd like me to check out on a future Throwback Thursday. If you enjoyed this mod author's work, go support them. Endorse the mod if you enjoyed it. Consider donating if that's something you're able to do, but most of all, just show your appreciation for all of their hard work. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a rating. Subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace! And hey, shout out to all of our patrons for their continued support. As always, your donations are greatly appreciated and help to fund videos just like this one. So again, thank you.